Welcome to Animal Hugger. I am going to explain the movie called The Battery. The movie starts at, we're introduced to two former baseball players, Mickey, and then the movie is set in a post-apocalyptic zombie scenario, where most of humanity has practically died every day. They travel from one place to another in search of food, clothing, and other necessities. They usually spend their free time playing baseball. It's their only source of joy. Well, at least for Ben, who appears to be obsessed with the sport. Mickey, on the other hand, would rather listen to music than play baseball. Mickey and Ben arrived at one of the abandoned cabins in the woods. Typical Mickey is shocked when he sees a zombie laying on the ground, getting shot by bat. Mickey says, "You said they wouldn't come to the woods." "I never said that," then responds. "I just said that there'll be fewer in the woods." Ben then told Mickey to calm his tits and move on. They continue their trip from the cabin. They come across a car that appears to be usable. They approach the car slowly and prepared to shoot this on me. Unlike the other movie, we cover this zombie seems to be decently paced, and by that, I mean slower than my 2012 MacBook trying to load up Minecraft. This, however, begs the question why humanity was destroyed when these zombies are as low as they are. After shooting the zombie, Ben immediately gets into the car to start. The engine has been sits in the car. He is disgusted by it. Stench, holding his breath, then manages to start the car and they quickly leave the place. They arrived at Mickey's ex-girlfriend's abandoned house. Mickey discovers a CD in his Fred's room. When he opens the drawer, he placed the CD on his CD player, which he always brings with him wherever he goes. Mickey then pulls the next drawer, which is stuffed with panties. He snatches two panties and kisses them. Yeah, totally normal. After getting the gas conductor in a chair, then waits outside for Mickey. Mickey comes with 2 toothbrushes and a full gallon of water. They brush their teeth right away, making me wonder how long it has been since they properly bathed. They took a break on the house's balcony. Before resuming their journey, Mickey tries to persuade Ben to stay for at least one night, but then refuses to stay in the house, then is apparently traumatized by what happened in Vicky's family's house a few months prior, when she had no choice but to kill Mickey's dogs so they could eat, then doesn't want it to happen again. Not that it could, therefore, he only feels secure staying in the house for a short time. Mickey eventually gives up, and they continue on their journey. Then spends his time pretending to play baseball while Mickey is occupied with the walkie-talkie discovered. After inserting a new battery in the walkie-talkie, Mickey has been to try it. It seems like the walkie-talkie is working perfectly. Well, when they're done, voices can be heard on the walkie-talkie. They are Frank and Annie, who are supposedly a part of a group of supervisors called the Orchard. They appear to be in the same channel as Mickey and Beth. They overhear Frank and a nice discussion on the film they plan to watch this week. Mickey hasn't had any human interactions other than been 4 days. Mickey understandably becomes wants to talk to them, but Frank simply tells Mickey not to disturb them and to stay away from the channel. As much as I'd like to defend Mickey in this case, I'm on Frank's side on this one. Just imagine you're in a post-apocalyptic world and I've been working hard all day. The one time you get to Netflix and chill with your girlfriend, someone dials in and ruins the mood. I'd be pissed as well. Mickey is angry since they were just rejected. He becomes curious about any severe ends, then becomes aware of Mickey's thoughts and begins to speculate on what has on his mind. Mickey thinks that Annie is a woman with a pixie haircut and a gun on her hip. Meanwhile, forbade Annie might look like a 46-year-old softball coach with caps that look like can be bent. Basically tells Mickey to stop fantasizing, because expectations don't always match reality. They check into one of the town's motels. This time Ben simply waits in the car while Mickey goes to the motel on a looting spree. When Mickey opens the last room, he is surprised to find 2 zombies waiting for him. Mickey jumps inside car terrified and asks Ben for assistance. Since Ben wants Mickey to be independent, he tells Mickey to kill the zombie. Mickey is scared shitless, then gave in and killed the zombie. Instead, they return to the woods and Mickey falls asleep in the car, while Ben takes his afternoon bath in the waterfall. Mickey is completely unaware that a zombie is approaching the car from the slightly open window. The zombie tries to reach me. He is startled when he wakes from his sleep, not because of fear, but because of the zombie's hotness. Without further hesitation, he quickly takes off his pants. Scene. So Ben comes and fires his gun into the zombie's head when Ben seized my key situation. He laughs and lets have continued his activities like a true bro. They check other houses and find no signs of zombies there. This time Mickey really wants to sleep on the bed so he can feel like a human again. Ben doesn't want to argue with Mickey too much. So he agrees to spend the night at the house. Later that night Mickey tries to contact Annie again, and he says she will be kicked out if she was caught talking to Vicky, and he makes Mickey not to bother her anymore and get out of here. Channel. The next morning, then finds a zombie tied up to the trees behind the house. An idea pops up. He leads the zombie into the house and puts it in Mickey's room. Mickey, surprisingly, manages to kill him, and he immediately attacks Ben, an annoyance. Mickey doesn't seem to be upset that Ben put zombies in his room, but because of what he said last night, this is the post-apocalyptic. Hitting the gym after you get rejected by your crush. Mickey tells Ben what Annie said. Invent just tells him to come inside the house as days pass. Mickey starts to forget about Annie. He spends his day with Ben going fishing and playing baseball. They're having the time of their lives until they inevitably run out of gas. When they come across an abandoned black car in the middle of the road, Ben decides to steal the gas from it. Mickey notices that the car's hood is hot, indicating that it hasn't been abandoned for long. Mickey walks to the other side. The car to check, then gets held hostage by a man named Jerry. Then grabs his pistol and points at a Jerry. They are having a heated debate. Jerry orders Ben to hand over their car key so that he may travel to Arizona. Logically, he also wouldn't be able to go to Arizona and a car that is also dying of gas. Then gives up, lowers his pistol and begs Jerry to release Mickey. Jerry gets inside the car right after pushing Mickey, and Ben shows the car key, which has been in his pocket the entire time. Jerry bolts into the way and then starts shooting at him. They are approached by a car. A fatty and a woman gets out of their car. The woman tells them that Jerry was a thief, so they want to take the car back. Is it you, Annie? Mickey asks. If they are about to leave, Annie fires her pistol into Ben's leg, knocking him to the ground, and he orders them to throw their car key onto the grass plains, which will prevent them from chasing Annie. Annie leaves shortly after, and Mickey goes straight to find the car key, but he can't find it. Ben tells Mickey to look for the keys. He's first thing in the morning the next day. Mickey awakens in the middle of the night after hearing a voice from the outside. When they turn on the car's headlights, they notice a group of zombies approaching. The zombies around their car for days and refuse to leave them, like your crazy ex-boyfriend who keeps texting how much he misses you. They drink alcohol and play in the car to keep their sanity intact. After a few days, the food supply begins to run out and they are forced to find the car key in order to escape. Mickey volunteers to find the key, vent banks not to come back if he doesn't find the key. Mickey, on the other hand, claims that he will not leave Ben alone. Mickey exits the car through the sunroof and Ben waits for him. Mickey has gone far too long and Ben is concerned that something bad has happened to him. Mickey returns, but he's bitten by a zombie. Ben orders Mickey to get out of the car. But Mickey is terrified of becoming a zombie before Mickey turns into a zombie. Ben kills him. The film ends with Ben talking into the walkie-talkie, threatening that he will come and kill Annie to redeem Mickey's death. With one bullet remaining, Ben decides to exit the vehicle. If he doesn't survive, he intends to shoot the bullet into his head. And if he survives, he intends to fire the bullet of the zombie, then manages to get out of the car and walk down the road accompanied by a group of zombies.